What do we have here? Interesting. Definitely making use of that 1.14 mechanic. What the heck? Berry farm, okay. Oh, chickens! Okay, don't get out, chicken. Okay, this is probably a, well, what was going to be a strip mine anyway. There's some stuff in here. Let's see. The rules book. Let's see, who was living here? Okay, something's broken with this book. I'll have to fix that later. Welcome. Are all the rule books broken like this? I think that stuff still works. Okay, that provides no clue about who lived here. I'll have to go check. There's a bedroom there and a bedroom there. A door to the outside. And a roof. Plus some terrace farming here. Well, hey everyone, JSD Cool here, and welcome to another episode of Coolcraft Season 2. Today, I just stumbled upon this little, human outpost here when I've been exploring for wild animals that I may or may not have just been slaughtering. I don't know who built this or who lived here, but clearly there is a little settlement here, so that's pretty interesting. But to give you a perspective of where we are, if I fly this way a little ways, we will shortly, fingers crossed, come across part of JRD Cool's base. Oh, yep. Here we go, yeah, here's the rail line for JRD Cool's base. So we're essentially directly south of that. Don't know what that was, but hey, nice to every so often find these random little things that just happen to be there. Anyhow, yes, let's get into some of the things from this episode. Alright everybody, so first order of business today is in the brand new dome that we constructed in the last episode. I need some official way to get up and down from underneath this. So I have designed an elevator. It's essentially a flying machine elevator that I'm going to build about right here. So yeah, I'm gonna get clearing out the space and prepare this elevator for you. So yeah, be right back in a moment. Alright everybody, so I have, after a little while, put the elevator in. So as you can see, it's kind of unassuming here with this glazed terracotta here with some honey blocks in the center and a button off the side. So you'll stand on here and press the button and down you go into the bottom. Now as you can see, there's a whole bunch of exposed redstone, but I don't really care because there's going to be a lot of exposed redstone around here. And as you can see, there's a line of redstone running up here and some observers and hoppers and some other things going down there, which will be explained in a moment. But so yep, we get down here to the bottom. As you can see, this is a pretty large flying machine here, so yeah, it does stop a bit above the ground, but nothing a staircase can't solve. But nope, we can get back on here and we can go back up. It all works fine, and used honey blocks for the floor so that, you know, we're sticking to it. Although I did find out that with Jump Boost 2, you can actually jump up 1 block on honey blocks. That's pretty cool. Anyhow, so yeah, we can get back up here. And then the other thing that I've done with this is that, well, we'll have to wait for this to get bottom. But with those two things there, is I've implemented an elevator call system. So you can go over here quickly just to look at that. It's almost there. Okay, there it is. We can press this button and boom, it starts coming up. Now, actually, the same is true of down here. So, as you can see, when this thing gets back up to the top, we will be able to hit this button and it'll send it right back down. Like that. Boop. It's a little bit quicker on the coming down. But yes, so that's the elevator done, and now we're going to get on to building some actual farms in here, because that's what this place has been for. Farming. why we built this thing in the last episode, which took 3 days for me to record. Yeah, let's get to it! Alright guys, so now I am going to be making a start on our first farm in the new area. This is going to be a sugarcane farm, and I'm going to mirror what I do here on the exact on the other side of the dome, so that we can, you know, have symmetry and all that stuff. All that good stuff. But right now I'm kind of building the base, and this stuff essentially has to be elevated. Actually, I can drop all this down a block. But this has to be a bit elevated so you can know it can fit around the pathway. But yeah, I actually will be moving this down. So yeah, I actually think I'm gonna go do a time lapse of me building this. So yeah, I'll be right back. Oh crap! I probably should actually record this audio. Yeah, guys, it's time lapse time building a sugarcane farm. Now, at the moment, I start by building what essentially looks like an aqueduct here at the bottom of the sugarcane farm, and yeah, it kind of is that, but this is just the bottom. You know, this is going to be a giant stacked sugarcane farm that's going to be mirrored on each side of this dome. Now, this was a pain and took me forever to build because I kept running out of materials in my inventory. And I also ran out of cobblestone in my base at one point because this thing requires about 500,000 droppers, and that also requires a whole bunch of cobblestone. And I really haven't been using or doing anything much with cobblestone or obtaining cobblestone since I got a silk touch pickaxe, so I had to go out mining for cobblestone, which is kind of interesting. So yeah, that was a big reason why this first time lapse is like 2 minutes long, and yeah, it also took me like 2 hours to build this. The second half was way better because I actually prepared the materials required for it beforehand. But I also didn't use a schematic or anything to build this side because I just completely built this from scratch. I kind of made a mock-up design in Creative before this, but I hadn't actually completely done the whole thing because I didn't in my Creative Test World. Well, in the Creative Test World I used for this at least, I didn't have an exact replica of my dome where I wanted to put it, so I didn't know exactly how much I could do for each thing, and I still don't know what the approximate rates of this thing are, but I know it's a pretty good farm and it looks pretty cool and intimidating. So yeah, that is essentially this sugarcane farm, and this is essentially this time lapse. So yeah, this time lapse is about to end, and I'm gonna say I'll see you. Alright guys, so this is the first half of the first part of it. So obviously we're going to be mirroring this over there in a little while, but I didn't do it right in the time lapse because one, that took me a while, and two, I kept running out of materials during the making of this, specifically cobblestone, so I had to go do a whole bunch of collecting of that. So that's partially why I took a break so I could do that. But also I then did the redstone back here in between the time lapse and now, and it really wasn't that hard, you know. It's just redstone lines and stuff that allow me to say push this button and be able to you know, they all extend, they all retract, pretty simple stuff. But what I do want to do right now on camera is try to put in the sugarcane. This might be a little bit difficult because of how many sections this farm is in though, but you know, it shouldn't be that hard. So yeah, I'm gonna do this and I'll be right back. Alright guys, all the sugarcane here has been put in, and yeah, now I think it's time that we can get on to a time-lapse of building the same thing here on the other side. Then we gotta go build a storage system. This is getting interesting. Alright, I've got the second farm built now, or the second half of this built now. This only took me about an hour and 60 minutes to build this thing up, and then I just quickly popped around back here, put in the redstone, and put in all the sugarcane as well. So these farms are both now ready to operate. However, there's a major problem is that there's no storage for them right now, which is what we are going to be working on next in today's episode. So yes, we are going to be making the final chunk of my storage room that has not really been used for anything permanent so far this season, aka this part. So yeah, we're going to have these two farms, wherever they are up above, drop their items down here, and then they're going to come back into a storage system down here. But first, I gotta remove this stuff, and I'll get some chests in, and I'll be right back with that once it's done. Alright guys, so I am making a start on the item storage for sugarcane thing here. Anyhow, so what I've done so far is I've made a hopper line that's coming over from here. I haven't built the actual collection areas for the farms yet, as that would be ludicrous. What I have done is I have made a hopper stream. Obviously that goes from this dome to this dome over here, and I'm starting to put in the item filter here, as this is where the chests are going to be, but I will have like three rows of chests here, so hopefully that should be better. I'm also gonna have an overflow system, so I don't have to worry about turning off the farms once all these chests get full, but I could anyway. So yeah, let's see what happens. Alright everybody, so I am now just putting in the overflow protection destroyerator, and now we have, besides actually configuring this, which I should do, I probably should use filter items, we are good to start hooking up the farms and actually activating the farms. So yeah, I'll fill this filter and I'll be right back with actually hooking the farms up. Alright guys, so I finished hooking up the outputs of the sugarcane farm back to the storage system. So now all I gotta do is destroy this scaffolding and put in a hopper clock behind each farm, and we will be set to go. Now just how long should the hopper clock run for? I knew that was gonna happen. Alright everybody, all the clocks here are in. I just need to actually fill them up with items, and then this whole thing will be good and going. I just don't know what items to fill them with at the moment, or how much items. It's more like how much items should I fill them with. Feel like 3 stacks per clock should probably be a good amount. So let's try that. And then if that's firing too frequently, then I will lower it. So we just 3 here. Okay, lag. Here comes all the sugarcane! Yay! Yeah, they're mainly just gonna be in this block here. So I don't know what isn't gonna be on that block there, but I don't really care. I make it as if they would actually all be in different random positions. Okay, I actually have to put it in here right now. Ooh, I didn't put the observer in this one. Oop, glad I remembered that. Oh, okay, I'm trying to activate this comparator. There we go. Anyhow, sugarcane. Ooh. Okay, that'll have to be fixed. Okay, yeah, I'll do that off camera, but, yeah. I'm gonna go edit the video now and see if we have time for more things. We probably do. Alright, everybody, so I have been hard at work pumping out the next farm that we have made here. So this is going to be my melon farms. And these are all going to be melon farms on this side. See, I built them up here, and this is essentially the old Hermitcraft design. Really old. It's old and standard, but it still works. So I put some of these back in here. I've started growing some melons over here because I'm actually going to need some melons to populate it. And now my job is to come over to the other side and essentially copy those over here. Although I will also be linking these things up to redstone, which I will be putting underground at about here. So if we break this block, we can place some redstone on it there. And we can do similar things for for the rest of these. So yeah, I'll be back once I've gotten stuff done on the other side. Alright everybody, so I have mirrored the pumpkin farm, or the melon farms on the other side over here to create the pumpkin farms. Same thing, they're the same thing except, you know, with pumpkins, and I've already put in all the seeds and stuff. But yeah, we've gotten a bunch done, and I like how I've like just easily nested them inside of the like right behind the giant sugarcane farms. But yeah, today in this episode we put in these gigantic sugarcane farms and some pumpkin and melon farms. So yeah, I'd say that's a pretty good thing, and I'm gonna have to say thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Check out the Discord linked in the description, and I will see you all in the next episode of Cool Craft Season 2. Bye!